Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Health Made Easy. I'm your host, Dr. Jason Jones, and I'd like to welcome you to the podcast. Glad you're on here today. We're wrapping up our series on inflammation, and we're going to be talking about the top 4 most inflammatory foods and some food swaps to go along with it. See, inflammation is a natural response of the body to infection and injuries, just so we can stay healthy. There's an inborn mechanism. It's all by design. But when inflammation becomes chronic, it gets out of control. It continues for a prolonged period of time. It causes unwanted damage to the cells of the body. Unfortunately, there are some foods that can increase the inflammation reactions in your body. Foods that are loaded with unhealthy fats like trans fats, foods that are filled with sugars, that are promoters of inflammation. Good news is that there are some foods to help reduce inflammatory markers in the body. Whole foods like vegetables, fruits, seafood, nuts, whole grains, and some seeds as well that have a matrix of beneficial nutrients, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, healthy fats, phytonutrients, which help reduce inflammation. And what I want to do is just share those with you today. What I want you to do first thing, swap sugars with natural sweeteners. Did you know that a can of Coke contains 37 grams of sugar? Most of the time, food products add sugar in disguise. They name it things like fructose, corn syrup, golden syrup, dextrose, maltose, sucrose. And unfortunately, excessive consumption of sugar has been linked to things like tooth decay, metabolic syndrome, increased risk for obesity, and chronic inflammation. So with that, you should avoid beverages like punches and soft drinks, but more so, sweet snacks, desserts, pastries. Instead, you can take foods containing natural sweeteners like honey, stevia, blackstrap molasses, and there's a whole bunch of other ones as well, as an alternative for that. Does that mean you just avoid them 100%? You can, but you also can just lower the number of times that you consume those things, okay? But you'll be better for it once you do. Next one, swap some common cooking oils with things like extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, or avocado oil. Most common cooking oils used in restaurants, used in our homes, have a high amount of omega-6 fats, and they're low in omega-3 fats, which is not good for you. A diet containing, these kinds of oils promote inflammation. They put you at risk for a variety of inflammatory diseases like cancer and heart disease. So you want to avoid those polyunsaturated oils like grapeseed oil, cottonseed oil, canola, sunflower oil, and you can swap them with extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil, macadamia nut oil. Those are going to be some of your ones. Now, my favorite go-tos are avocado and coconut because they have a higher smoke point. They can handle a lot higher heat. So if I want to bake or broil or do anything like that or cook something on the cooktop, I don't worry about burning the oil, which will obviously make it into a not so good oil. Now, swap dairy products with either coconut or almond milk. Now, milk is naturally an allergen to a lot of people that triggers the inflammatory response like IBS, acne, hives, skin rashes, breathing difficulties, digestive upset. I happen to be one of those, or at least I was at one point. So instead of using dairy products like cheese or butter, you can use coconut or almond milk and unsweetened, or maybe like an unsweetened yogurt, especially if you are, if you have an allergy to milk or you have some sort of sensitivity to milk, you can definitely try something a little bit different. Next one is swapping commercialized, and again, the operative word is commercialized, red meat and processed meat with just fresh meat, like fresh poultry, fresh fish, organic vegetables. Also, or maybe like, grass-fed beef would be much better. Several studies have shown that commercialized red meat contains molecules that trigger the chronic inflammatory response. Several reports of cancer have already been linked to the consumption of processed meat. Now, you can swap those with, beef, pork, lamb, sausage, and other organic vegetables, fish and poultry. You can definitely do that. However, you don't have to avoid red meat totally, but just not so much of the processed stuff as possible. There are other inflammatory foods that you can swap as well. So I'm going to give you guys a bonus, okay? Swap the sugary drinks for mineral water, or maybe like a squeeze of, orange or lemon or lime in it as well. You can swap alcohol for things like kombucha. You can swap artificial food additives with anti-inflammatory spices and herbs and natural sweeteners. You can swap trans fats, with just better sources of fats that we've already talked about and better oils that we've already talked about. And the reality is that try avoiding these inflammatory foods for at least 2 weeks, ideally a month. And then swap them with the healthier options, okay? Get them out of your environment, lock them in a closet. I don't care what you do. You can throw them away if you want to. But give it like 2 to 4 weeks. 4 is better. And then you will definitely see a huge change in how your body is feeling, how your body is functioning, and how your overall health is doing. And for some of you, you may see a big difference in your waistline. So, again, Dr. Jason Jones signing out. Hope this was super helpful for you. Totally pumped about next month. We're going to be bringing in and discussing a condition that is really, really tough, one that we deal with all the time in the office, but it's really common for people. So about 12% of the population of the United States actually has this condition. So you definitely want to tune in next month. I'm going to have it ready for you, and we'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.